It must be hard being a showrunner on a long-running series. At some point, it seems like they all lose the plot, both figuratively and literally. They go in with the best of intentions, but then after a few years they start attacking the fans, the cast starts turning on the audience, and suddenly it's everyone else's fault that people aren't enjoying their work. It's become a pattern in modern entertainment, and Doctor Who is no exception. Showrunners who once had the backing of the fan base eventually lash out when their decisions don't go over well. And now it's Stephen Moffat's turn to step back into the ring, only to find himself once again on the defensive. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Damon, and today we're looking at how Stephen Moffat is once again finding himself at odds with the Doctor Who fandom after returning to the franchise. Moffat, who oversaw the Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi eras, has made his grand return to Doctor Who for the 2024 episode Boom and the Christmas special Joy to the World. But, as always, controversy followed. The latest backlash stems from Boom, where the Doctor angrily criticizes soldiers for following orders based on faith, claiming they weren't thinking for themselves. Naturally, this rubbed plenty of viewers the wrong way, and Moffat has now had to defend his writing, claiming that the Doctor's words weren't an attack on faith, but rather a reflection of his frustration in that moment. He even argues that the Doctor has faith himself, faith that kindness and logic will win the day. That would be a fair point if the scene hadn't been written in such a way that it felt like a direct jab at anyone who holds religious beliefs. The issue isn't just what was said, but the tone, the framing, and the way it came across as yet another modern attempt to inject a certain kind of messaging into the show. This is Doctor Who, where we've had everything from Buddhist philosophy, like in Planet of the Spiders, to religious allegory as seen in the Satan Pit. The show has always been open to exploring faith in various ways, but Boom took the lazy route of just having the Doctor sneer at the idea. But Moffat's issues with the fandom go far beyond Boom. In a recent interview, he addressed the criticism he received during his original tenure as showrunner, particularly regarding accusations of every ism under the sun. He described the backlash as extreme, saying the level of hate you get could down 3 passenger jets. He went on to explain how he was accused of so many things at once that he could only be labelled as an omni-bigot, arguing that this meant he was treating everyone equally. Now, to be fair, some of the criticism he got back in the day was ridiculous. The idea that Moffat couldn't write female characters is laughable. Whether you liked his versions or not, they were hardly one-dimensional. But at the same time, he wasn't exactly known for taking criticism well back then either, and now that he's back, he seems just as confused as ever about why people aren't responding well to his writing. It's the same old story in modern entertainment. A showrunner makes creative choices, fans don't like them, and instead of just taking the feedback, they act as if the audience is the problem. And honestly, it's exhausting. Maybe instead of constantly trying to justify why people should like what they don't, Moffat, and every other showrunner who finds themselves in this situation, should just take a step back and ask themselves why their writing isn't landing the way they want it to. And if you're a Moffat fan, keep your eyes peeled for an upcoming video where I go over one of his worst decisions in Doctor Who. Trust me, you won't want to miss that one. But no, instead we'll get more defenses, more justifications, and more finger-pointing. At the end of the day, Moffat's return to Doctor Who has only proven one thing: nothing really changes. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where, naturally, I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.